Hi, welcome to your home practice. I'm Ash. I'll be guiding you through today. And first of all, I want to thank you and congratulate you for continuing your practice or starting something new in this very strange time that we're in. I recommend setting up a little space for yourself, just enough for your mat to fit if possible, clearing a lot of things so that you have a really uncluttered and easy to focus in area. I know that's not always possible, but do the best you can with what you've got. And that's really what we're focusing on today, is working with what you have, celebrating what you have, and being in this moment, right here, right now. Also, have your phone handy, but turn it down so that your notifications aren't distracting you. And if you'd love to set a playlist of your own, feel free. I have mine available on my Facebook via Spotify, but you're certainly welcome to personalize your practice and really make the most out of this situation. Just because we can't get to a studio doesn't mean that it's necessarily a terrible thing. We can really celebrate the benefits of a home practice, creating your own space, wearing whatever you want, listening to whatever music you like. And at the end, I'm going to have you set a timer for your own Shavasana so that you can really be on your own schedule. I'm going to switch to voiceover now, just for sound quality. So thank you again for following along with me today, and I hope to see you very soon. Namaste.
We'll start in Shavasana today, coming to lie flat on your back and taking your arms out fairly wide, arms and legs. Maybe even lining your arms and legs up with the four corners of your mat, taking up as much space as possible and allowing your back to relax into your mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting your eyes softly close. Take another full deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, full deep breath in and sigh it out, let it go. Take a moment to do a little scan of the body, feeling what muscles are still working or what's still moving. Allowing everything to slowly release into the mat, feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath, softening the space around and between the eyes, wiggling tension out of the jaw. Taking a few moments to really arrive here on your mat, allowing everything else to melt away. When you start to notice the mind wandering off, come back to the breath, the rise and fall of the belly. Taking just a few more moments here, really allowing that full release, almost as if you're melting into the mat. Take another full deep breath in and sigh it out, let it go. Reach your arms overhead, reach your legs long, take a full body stretch, and then hug your right knee into your chest, rocking it side to side or in a little circle. Point and flex your foot, wiggle your toes, get a little movement into that body. And then we'll take the right leg across your body to the left side, finding a twist. The left hand can stay on the right knee. The right arm extends from the shoulder, extending through the left toes, the right knee, the right fingertips, eyes to the ceiling or to the right. Take another full deep breath in, expanding in all directions. Exhale, unwind, right knee hugs back into the chest. Again, circle it out. Interlace your hands behind your thigh and stretch that leg up to the sky. Again, pointing and flexing the foot, wiggling the toes. Ground your hips down into the mat, point your toes to the sky. Navel hugs into the spine and up to the heart. With an exhale, slowly release that right leg, extending all the way down, softly bringing it back to the mat. As your right leg arrives, hug your left knee in. Same thing here, rocking it side to side or circling it out, inviting some movement and creating some space in the left hip crease. Take your right hand to your left knee and guide it across your body. Left knee going to the right, right toes extending to the bottom of the mat, left arm reaching out from the left shoulder, eyes to the sky or to the left. Find that full deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, expanding in all directions. Take another inhale and exhale to unwind. Left knee back into the chest. Interlace your hands behind the thighs. Stretch that leg up to the sky. Point and flex the foot. Circle out the ankle. Navel to spine and rolling up to the heart, really engaging in the core. Point your toes to the ceiling and slowly release that foot down, lengthening through the leg all the way. And when it arrives, reach both arms overhead and take another full body stretch. Hug both knees into your chest. Start to rock side to side or in a little circle. And then roll your way up to sit. If you have blocks at home, I recommend coming to sit up on the edge of a block. If not, you could always use a pillow or a blanket or some kind of cushion, or on the floor since we're working with what we have today. But we'll come to sit in Sukhasana, easy pose. So cross your legs at the shins, knees over the ankles, and come to sit right at the edge of your block or to your sits bones. So take your hands and move your glutes back. As you come into your seat, sit up nice and tall, lifting through the heart. Let the shoulders roll up, back, and down. Chin tucked slightly towards the chest to feel that length in the back. Inhale here. And exhale. Feel the shoulders rolling away from the ears, heart lifting, spacious across the chest. We'll start to rock the head side to side just to warm up the neck a little bit, creating a little movement. Right ear rolls to the right shoulder. Pause here. Don't allow the shoulders to roll forward. Sit up nice and tall. Still lifting the heart as you lean that right ear towards the right shoulder. Bring your right hand down to the mat next to you. Lift your left arm all the way up and over, softening into the right elbow, maybe even bringing it all the way down to the mat or to another block or height of some sort. Stack your shoulders here, letting the left shoulder roll back a bit. Reach through the left fingers, left palm down to the mat. And inhale brings you all the way back up, hands to thighs, chin to chest. Again, starting to rock your head side to side. Left ear rolls to the left shoulder. Pause here. Lifting the heart, navel to spine, sitting up nice and tall as your right ear now reaches to the sky. Bring your left hand down, softening into the elbow as you reach the right arm up and over. Noticing differences on each side right away and working with those differences. So not pushing yourself past any points of discomfort. Allowing yourself to relax where you can, stacking the shoulders, reaching through the right fingers, breathing slow and steady. We'll come all the way back up with an inhale, hands to thighs, chin to chest. We'll practice a little breathing technique, Nadi Shodhana. This is a breathing technique that's safe for everyone, although if you have some congestion in your nose, you might want to just sit and breathe in and out quietly. Nadi Shodhana is an alternate pathway purification technique, which means we breathe through one side of our nose at a time. The idea here is to soothe the nervous system, to calm the mind, and to find balance between our two energies, our more active, energetic right side and our more passive, lunar left side. Finding that balance to keep us grounded and steady. Start with your left hand on your left thigh. Turn the palm up and tuck your pointer finger into your first thumb crease. This is Jnana Mudra. It's a wisdom seal. We'll bring the left hand up in front of the face. You can either tuck the pointer finger and middle finger into your palm or rest them on your forehead. The ring finger and right thumb will act as valves to open and close the nostrils. So let's take an inhale through both. Exhale through both. Close off the right nostril. Inhale left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left for 4, 3, 2, 1. That's one round. Inhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll practice just one more round. Inhaling through the left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release both hands back to your thighs, palms up or down. Down for a more grounding sensation, up to gain a little energy. And let your eyes softly close again. Taking a moment, feel how you feel. Rooting down through whatever you're sitting on, lifting up through the ear tips, growing strong out of those roots. We'll begin our practice with the vibration of Om one time, knowing that even though we are not together physically right now, the vibration of Om can connect us through wherever we are. Bring your palms to press at heart center, lifting your heart to your thumbs and bowing your head. Take a deep breath in, full inhale. Exhale, completely empty out. We'll inhale for Om. Take a moment to feel the breath in the body. Changing your breath pattern now to breathe in and out through the nose. A soft whispering sigh at the back of the throat, coming to your Ujjayi breath. Letting the sound of your breath guide you through your practice today, along with whatever else you might be playing. We'll release the hands and come forward to tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a moment to shift your hips side to side, roll your shoulders, just to readjust as we come into a different shape. And then spread your fingers wide. Ground through all 10 fingertips in the heels of both hands. Lift your navel to your spine as you reach your ear tips forward, sits bones back, pressing into the floor, feeling that connection with the earth. Your inhale will sink your belly down, lift your face up, tuck your tailbone up, cow pose. Exhale, round, press the floor away, navel to spine, tailbone tucks under, cat pose. Inhale, sinking through the belly, lifting the face, lifting the sits bones, cow pose. Exhale, pressing the floor away, emptying out as you round into cat pose. Take a few moments to find your breath and your movement here. Arching and rounding, inhale and exhale. Maybe adding a little bit of an extra movement or a few. Just letting your eyes close and really going for it, not thinking too much about it. We're thinking about so much right now. Don't let this be one of them. Just a little simple movement, feeling how the body feels, how it wants to move, what pace, what direction, what feels good, what feels bad. Really familiarizing yourself with where you are right now and meeting yourself there throughout this whole practice. Take your knees nice and wide. Sink your hips all the way back to your heels. We'll come to Balasana, child's pose. Reach your arms forward. Stretch through the fingertips. Claw your hands into the earth and start to walk both hands to the right, finding a side stretch. Keeping the hips sinking back towards the heels. Energy in the arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk them a little further. Come back to center, and with an exhale, walk your hands the other way. Keeping that slow, steady breath rising and falling from the back. Inhale, lengthening through the arms. Exhale, walking your hands a little further. Come back to center. Cross your forearms to rest your forehead and sink your hips way back to your heels. Take 3 deep breaths here, in and out from the back. One more time. Peel yourself back to tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Reach your left leg back, pressing through the heel. Push the toes down onto the mat. And then lengthening through the heel, lift that left leg up. Navel to spine, hip points sense towards each other. Reach your right arm up, testing a little bit of balance today, grounding through the left hand and the right knee. Navel pulling into the spine, extend through the left heel, through the right fingers. Spread those fingers wide. The palm faces to the left. One more inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, right knee under the hip. Shift your hips side to side, reset. And then we'll reach the right leg back. Tuck the toes on the mat. Press through the heel. Cinching the hip points towards each other. Lift the right leg up. Flexing that foot. Toes point down. Heel stretching back. Find your center here and lift your left arm. Palm faces to the right. Fingers spreading wide. Energy through all 5 fingertips. Finding that pull of opposite, left hand reaching forward, right heel pressing back. One more inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, right knee down, shift your hips. Send your hips back to your heels. Find a child's pose again. 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breath in. Sigh it out, let it go. Make your way back to tabletop. Right leg reaches back. This time the foot is off of the mat. Inhale, find length. Exhale, walk or step that foot forward between the thumbs. Right knee over the right ankle. Sink your hips forward and down, coming to a low lunge. Hands to the floor or fingertips or blocks if you have them handy. Maybe some kind of block substitute. Get creative. Sink your hips down a little bit more. And with an exhale, start to stretch that right leg long, sending your hips back, folding forward over the right leg. You can flex the right foot or point through the toes. Maybe they reach the mat, maybe they don't. Whatever feels better in your body today, go with that option. With an exhale, rebend that right knee. Ground through the entire right foot and bend your left knee, picking that left foot up and bringing it towards the glute. If you can reach, go ahead and take your left hand and reach back for the left foot. Otherwise, just keep that heel traveling towards your glute. And one more inhale here. Exhale, gently release the left foot. Tuck the left toes behind you. And we'll step to our first downward facing dog of the day. Pedaling out the feet, lifting and lowering the heels. Bring your knees down to the mat. Tuck both toes. Walk your hands forward, one hand print, and bring your chest forward and down. Chin comes forward and down as well, coming to Ashta Pranam, 8-point prayer pose. Keep your toes tucked on the mat. Lift your hips up, arch your back. And then inhale to slide forward, sending your shoulders up and back, pointing your toes behind you, coming to baby cobra. Exhale back to hands and knees. Shift your hips, find a cat-cow. Take a moment to reset. And then we'll reach the left leg back, foot off of the floor. Lengthen through the leg, inhale. Exhale, step that foot forward, walk it between the thumbs. Left knee over the left ankle, sink through the hips. Breathe here. Hands framing that front foot, maybe fingertips or your blocks or block substitutes. Breathe. Keep sinking the hips forward and down. And with your next exhale, shift the hips back, straighten the front knee, fold forward. Notice what the toes of this foot are doing. Maybe it's completely different from the other side. And if that's the case, let your body have what it wants today. So pointing or flexing through the toes. Maybe just letting that foot hover. We'll find our low lunge again, exhaling to bend the left knee, sinking the hips, and this time coming into a little quad stretch, bending the right knee, bringing that foot towards the glutes, and if you can reach it, take your right hand and take hold of that foot. Continue to lengthen through the spine, widen across the chest, and breathe. As always, make the breath the most important part of every pose. Gently release that foot and tuck the right toes. Step back to your downward facing dog. Shake your head yes and no. Lift your heels a few times. And then this time we'll roll forward to a high plank. Keeping the toes tucked, bring your knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Elbows hug to the ribs, Ashta Pranam. Come forward, reach back through the toes. Shoulders lift up and back, elbows squeeze to the ribs, hands ground into the mat, baby cobra. Your exhale will take you back to downward facing dog this time. And as you arrive, let your heels relax towards the mat. Spread your fingers wide, press your hips back. Eyes to the floor, maybe to the toes, maybe to your belly button. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. And again, deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. One more full deep breath in. Sigh it out, press your hips back. Roll forward to a high plank and hold here. Press back through your heels as you ground into the hands, fingers spreading wide. Shoulders plugging into the torso, press through the floor, reach your ear tips forward, eyes stay down. We've lowered knees, chest, chin a few times in this practice. As we move through our vinyasas, you can continue doing this, or you can exhale to lower halfway down, chaturanga, inhaling to scoop forward to up dog, exhaling over the toes to downward facing dog. And of course, you can always bring the knees down in chaturanga and slowly lower yourself to the floor, elbows bending, keeping that angle in the spine, so it's very different from knees, chest, and chin. As you hang out in your down dog, take a moment, feel what feels good in your body, and acknowledge that you have choices here, you have options. You can mix and match your vinyasas, you can skip them if you'd like, or you can challenge yourself. With your next inhale, lift onto the balls of both feet. Exhale, bend your knees deeply and look to the top of your mat. Take a slow walk, walking through the heel and toes of each foot, coming all the way to the top of your mat and folding in half. Ragdoll. Take your feet at least 2 fists of distance apart here. And you can continue to fold forward just like this, bringing your hands to the floor or to your feet. Or you could take opposite elbows to invite a little more weight into the torso, stretching into the hamstrings a bit deeper. Maybe a little movement side to side or back and forth, playing with distributing weight between different parts of your feet, seeing what activates as you do this, and just being curious about what's going on in your body. Release whatever you're holding on to. Tuck your tailbone under and press your feet down as you slowly roll up to stand, coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. As you arrive in your Tadasana, take a few moments to get a little bit of those wiggles out, shifting the shoulders, the wrists, finding your breath. And then find your stillness. Spread your toes wide. Feel your feet connect to the earth. And from your feet connecting to the earth, lift through the top and back of your head, growing tall out of those roots. Relax your hands, let your wrists feel heavy. Heart still lifting, tailbone tucking. Close your eyes. Make any little adjustments in the body that help you feel more stable here. So maybe that's taking the feet in a little closer or a little wider. Turning your toes in and out a bit, diving into your specific anatomy and how it feels today, and what brings you to this place of stillness and calm. With your next inhale, lift your arms out and up. Bring your palms to press overhead and stay here. Allow the shoulders to descend down the back. Keep reaching through the top of your head. The navel hugs in towards your back and up towards your heart. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower them back down. Inhale, heels lift up. Exhale, lower them back down. Inhale, lifting through the heels. Exhale, bring them to the mat and fold forward. Fingers line up with toes, Utkatasana. Halfway lift, inhale, reach your heart, lift your arms to your shins. Exhale, fold forward, plant your palms and step back, moving through a vinyasa of your choice. Riding the breath, exhaling to lower down, inhaling to scoop forward, exhaling over the toes, back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, lift onto the balls of both feet. Bend your knees, eyes forward, exhale. With your next breath in, walk, step, or a little hop to the top of your mat, folding as you arrive. Press down through your feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lifting the arms out and up, moving through your widest wingspan. Exhaling back to Tadasana. Again, inhale, lift the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Fingers line up with toes. Halfway lift, reach your head forward. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, lower down your way. Inhale, scoops you forward, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, over the toes, back to downward facing. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Lift your heels, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, eyes forward. Take a walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Fold as you arrive. Ground through all 10 toes. Reach your arms out and up. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward one more time. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Plant your palms, step back, and move through your Vinyasa. As you arrive in your downward facing dog, take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, eyes forward. Travel to the top of your mat. Fold as you arrive. Root down through the feet, reach the arms out and up, and stay here with the palms pressing, coming back into our palm tree pose. Shoulders descending down the back, spacious across the chest. The ribs knit in towards each other, navel to spine, tailbone tucks under. Widen your feet a bit here. Send your weight down into your heels. Separate your arms, wrap your pinkies in towards each other. With your next exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips. Sit down into chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe the toes lift up here. Keep that breath slow and steady. Sit down a little lower. Bring your hands to heart center, straighten your knees, fold forward. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Plant your palms, move through Vinyasa or step right back to your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, spread your fingers wide, ground into that place between pointer finger and thumb, and lift your right leg back and up. As you bend that knee and point it up to the sky, release your left heel a bit closer to the mat. You could stay here in stillness or circle out that top knee, creating a little more space in the right hip crease. Reach your leg back, inhale. Exhale, walk or step that foot between the thumbs. Bring the left heel back to the mat and line both heels up. Maybe that back foot is at a 45-degree angle or a little bit more, but pointing those toes more towards the top left corner of your mat than keeping that foot parallel. We'll sweep the arms up to frame the ears, bending deeply in the front knee, coming to Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Track your right knee slightly to the right, and then pull it into the left. Notice the differences, every little subtle movement affecting the pose. And again, find where you feel the most stable here. Bending deep into the front knee, sending the left hip forward by pressing down into the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Wrap your pinkies towards each other just like we did in our chair pose. One more full deep breath in here. Exhale, frame that foot, roll to the ball of the back foot, and release that knee softly to the mat. We'll come into Pigeon here, Raja Kapotasana, walking the right foot all the way across to the left and bringing your knee and shin down to the floor. If the right hip is way off of the mat, hovering there, go ahead and slide a blanket or a pillow, or maybe even a block if you have that handy. Give it something to ground on so that it can release a bit easier and we're not clenching into the glute to keep that shape. If you're comfortable here, fold forward. If you're feeling this as any kind of pain, especially in the knee, find an alternate shape like figure 4 or half pigeon with the back knee bent. Those of you comfortable in pigeon, folding forward, feeling that breath rising and falling from the back. Relax your eyes and your jaw. Take another deep breath in, extend through the top of your head. And exhale, walk the hands back up, plant your palms. We'll tuck the left toes, lift the back knee off of the floor, and send your right leg back and up, down dog split. You could circle this knee out or point and flex the foot. You could come down to hands and knees and do cat-cow, whatever you feel like doing here to release the right side. Take an optional vinyasa or just hang out and breathe in your down dog. But from your down dog, spreading the fingers wide, we'll lift the left leg up. Bend that knee, point it up to the sky, and relax your right heel a little closer to the mat. Stay here in stillness or begin to circle out the left knee. Big wide circles. Lengthen through the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, step that foot forward. Back heel to the mat. Line them up and come up warrior one, bending into the front knee deeply. Press down into both feet, grounding into your mat as you lift up through the heart. Send your right hip forward. Wrap your pinkies in. Breathe here. Slow, steady breath. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. You'll take another deep breath in here. Exhale, frame the front foot. Roll to the ball of the back foot. Release that knee softly to the mat. And then walk left foot to the right. Coming to your pigeon pose on the other side, or whichever variation works for you today. Feeling that breath slow and steady. In and out. Rising and falling from the back. Taking another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, walk the hands in. Tuck your right toes, press that heel back to lengthen the leg, lifting the knee off of the floor. And then step back, down dog split, lifting that left leg up, maybe bending it, circling out, flipping your dog, or taking some other variation to release the left side. Optional vinyasa between sides, or breathe in your down dog. From your down dog, reach your right leg back and up. Exhale, step that foot forward between the thumbs. Left heel down, come up warrior one, arms frame the ears. Inhale here, hug the navel to the spine. Exhale, open warrior two. Flip your front palm up and reach it back, radiant warrior, still bending deep into the front knee, but relaxing that left hand. Letting the fingers add a little weight to this shape as you reach up through the right fingers, press down into both feet. Come back to your warrior two. Exhale. Arms reaching out from the shoulders, but the shoulders relax away from the ears. Straighten your front knee. Bring your hands to your hips and turn the right toes parallel to the left. Ground down into both edges of both feet and lift your heart up. With an exhale, hinge forward to fold. Bring your hands to the mat or maybe take opposite elbows here. Relax your head, tuck your chin towards your chest. And bring both hands to the floor. Turn your right toes back out to the right and start to bend into that right knee. Maybe coming down just a bit, maybe coming all the way down to Skandasana, lifting the left toes. Make sure you can ground through the right heel. If the right heel is lifting, either widen your stance or soften that bend in your knee, coming up a little bit. And staying low, walk your hands to the left side, bending into the left knee, grounding the foot, lifting the right toes, Skandasana on the other side. And come back to center, straightening both knees, turning the toes towards each other. Inhale, hands to hips, lift up halfway, reach through the top of your head. Exhale, come back up to stand. Right toes point to the right, bend into that right knee, come down, warrior two. Flip your right palm up and back, inhale, radiant warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame your front foot, move through a vinyasa or step right back to your downward facing dog. And with your next inhale, lift your left leg back and up. Exhale, step it forward between the thumbs. Right heel down, line them up, come up warrior one, arms frame the ears. We'll inhale here, ground through the feet, lift the fingers. Exhale, open warrior two, front heel lining up with the arch of the back foot, reaching through the fingers but relaxing the shoulders down. Left palm flips up and reaches back, radiant warrior. Relax your right hand, ground through your feet. Your next exhale will bring you back to warrior two. Straighten the front knee and turn left toes parallel to the right. Then take your hands to your hips and turn your toes away from each other right here. Start to bend into both knees, bringing your hands to your thighs, pressing your knees back in space. We'll dip the right shoulder in, take a deep breath in and out. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left shoulder dips in, press the knees back, take a deep breath in and out. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right shoulder dips forward, deep breath in and out. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left shoulder dips in, deep breath in and out. We'll come back to center. Inhale, exhale, right shoulder dips in. One breath here. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, left shoulder dipping in. One breath here. Back to center. Lift your heart up. Bring your arms out to a T. Straighten both knees. And then refine that warrior two. Left toes point back to the top of your mat. Front heel to back arch, that right foot parallel to the short end, bending deep into the front knee. Left palm up and back one more time. Inhale, radiant warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Frame that front foot. Move through one final vinyasa or right to down dog. From your down dog, start to walk through the ball and heel of each foot, slowly coming back to the top of your mat, folding in half as you arrive. Take your feet nice and wide, send your weight into your heels, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms up, coming back through chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand, hands at heart center. We'll come into a balance pose here, practicing Vrikshasana, tree pose. Starting with weight on the right side, so really grounding through the right foot, spreading the toes wide. We'll bring the left foot to the right ankle, finding your balance points here. Navel hugs in and up. Left knee presses back as the left hip presses forward, both palms pressing together. Find some unmoving object or spot, a drishti, a focal point, and slow, steady breath. You can stay right here or climb that left foot up to the right calf. Sorry. So coming into your tree pose, a little more balance here. Maybe you take your hand and guide that left foot all the way up to the right thigh. And then pressing those palms again Gluing the first 2 toes on the right foot down to the mat. Feeling everything hug to the center line of the body, so not arching the back, but really contracting into the spine as you press the palms, lift the heart, lift through the top of your head. Keep pressing the palms and reach those arms up, coming back to that palm tree sensation that we practiced earlier. And then spread your fingers wide, release your hands, turn your palms forward. Palms start to turn away from each other. With an exhale, press the whole world away and release the left foot back to the mat. Shift your hips side to side, maybe a little flopping of the arms, releasing to set up for the other side. And then starting from your Tadasana, pour weight into the left foot. Spread your toes wide, ground through the entire foot. Starting with the right foot to the left heel, pressing the right knee back, right hip forward. Heart lifts, palms press, navel hugs in to the back and up to the heart. Stay here, or bring that right foot up to the left calf, or all the way up to the left thigh. Anywhere except for your knee. We don't want to put any pressure on your knee in this pose. Feeling strong here, pressing the palms, tucking the chin just a bit, finding your breath. Keeping the palms pressing, we'll start to reach the arms long, framing the ears. And then as they come up, spread the fingers wide, release the palms, turn them forward, and then rotate them to face away from each other. Inhaling here, exhale, press the whole world away, release into your Tadasana. And a little shifting, a little resetting. And then take your feet as wide as the mat. Toes might turn away from each other. This also might change as we start to come down. Press your palms, and with an exhale, start to bend both knees, coming down towards Balasana, a squat. Tuck your tailbone under, rooting down through your feet, down through the sacrum. Pressing the knees back with the elbows, lifting your heart to your thumbs. Let your eyes close. Start to tilt forward, bringing your hands down to the mat and then gently lower onto the knees. You can scoot back a little bit, coming into a child's pose. Feeling how you feel. Feeling that breath rising and falling from the back. Come onto your belly, cross your forearms to rest your head, and shift your hips side to side, or pick up your feet and windshield wiper the legs. And then bring your hands under your shoulders, elbows hugging to the ribs. Spread your fingers wide. Feel as if they're moving forward, even though they're not going to move anywhere. And we'll start with baby cobra, lifting the heart, rolling the shoulders back, grounding the hips, but relaxing the glutes. Your next inhale can lift you up a little higher if that feels okay on your back. Maybe straightening the arms all the way into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Keep the elbows hugging to the ribs. Keep your eyes about 3 feet on the floor in front of you, creating a nice long line in the back of your neck. Wherever you are here, your next exhale will release you slowly back to the mat. Practice those chaturanga arms. And then with an inhale, we'll lift up again, coming to whichever variation of your Cobra pose you found. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, slowly lower down. And one more time, inhale, lifting the heart back into your Cobra pose. Exhale, slowly lower down, cross your forearms at the top of your mat, and shift your hips or windshield wiper your knees. Roll onto your back and bring both feet to the mat. Toes spreading wide, grounding through the balls of each foot. And really feeling, again, that connection to the earth. Turn your palms down by your hips. Feel the mat under your hands, under your feet, under your shoulders. With your next inhale, lift your hips up, press your feet down, coming to bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Keep that sensation of the feet sliding away and relax your glutes, working through the feet grounding and the knees hugging towards each other to create this back bending shape. Feel the hands press down into the mat. One more inhale here. Exhale, release slowly to the mat. Hips come down last. Shift the knees side to side. And then set up for one more bridge pose. Grounding through the feet, spread your toes wide. Inhale, lifting up. You could stay here with the hands by the sides, or maybe they find each other underneath your body, interlacing the fingers, reaching the knuckles to the heels. Or maybe you want to take this into a deeper back bend, bringing your hands by your ears, fingers pointing towards your shoulders, and pressing up into bow. 3 deep breaths wherever you are. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. One more deep breath in and out. As you come down, hug both knees into your chest and rock side to side or in a little circle on your lower back, massaging it out into the floor. And then bring your arms to a T, knees to the left, find a twist. Relax the space between your shoulders. Maybe even bending at the elbows if that creates a bit more of a stress-free twist. Softening the belly. Relaxing your eyes and jaw. Hug your knees back into your chest and release them to the other side. Eyes to the ceiling or to the left. Knees to the right. Breathe into that space between the shoulders. Soften your belly, your eyes, your jaw, your glutes. With your next inhale, come back to center, knees to the chest. Take hold of the pinky toe edges of your feet and find happy baby. Maybe stretching one leg long and then the other, maybe neither or both. Knees back into the chest. Go ahead and start to roll up to sit. As you come up to sit, keep your feet together, knees turned out, and we'll take a rounded forward fold here in Baddha Konasana. Tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders. Start to lengthen the spine, reaching your head forward, extending, and inhaling to come all the way up. Take your left leg long, right foot to the inner left thigh, and take a little twist towards the left leg, folding into Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. Relaxing into this shape. Noticing how it's a little similar to pigeon and even tree pose. Roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time, and then switch sides, bringing the right leg long, left foot to the inner right thigh. One more deep breath in here. Exhale. Tuck your chin, roll up to sit. Bring both legs long and take another forward fold. A very loose, very surrendering forward fold, rounding the spine, relaxing the heels, letting the ankles flop, not flexing through the feet. And then very slowly begin to roll up. Take any final movements or shapes that you might like today. Put on any layers or get blankets or pillows handy. And because I had you have your phone handy, I'm going to have you set an alarm for however long you want your Shavasana to be today. And as you set this alarm, make sure it's not the same alarm that wakes you up in the morning. It could even be a favorite song or just something that sounds pleasant to reawaken you into your day. If you're doing this practice at night and feel like going right to sleep, that is certainly an option. But give yourself the amount of time that you want today. Even though we're not in the studio, we don't get to get our normal breaks from our day. We can take this opportunity to, instead of seeing it as a negative thing, see it as a positive thing so that you can really personalize this, setting your own amount of time in Shavasana and meeting yourself there. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope to see you soon in person, but I'll also be offering more digital classes as we deal with this uncertain time. Namaste.